Hi, this is Lou. I guess it must be October 3rd. I'm in the house, so yeah, I can take these off. My intent is to go for a walk. But things change. They change with the wind. My phone is always dead, okay, because I use it a lot. So right now it's charging. So instead of walking, I have this urge. I have this quiet house. I mean, there are people here, but they're upstairs. And there might be some over there. I don't know. They're just quiet if they're here. But like Nancy and Philip and the kids are gone. And so it seems empty. Every once in a while I'll hear a bump upstairs. I know there's people there. Um, I use that expression, and hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, because your brain should also be talking to you. And I probably have this phone upside down. I'm not really sure. I should probably check. In other words, I don't know where to look, and I don't want it to be upside down. Where's the camera? Okay, all right. I think it's right. All these things are experiments anyway. And yes, I do like communicating. And yes, I should have something of worth to communicate. And I'm the one saying that. I haven't had bad comments that way. It's only about my mouth. Anyway, children. We are all children, no matter our age, okay? I always call my dad a boy, and he doesn't like it. Whenever I call a man a boy, he doesn't like it. And they have things to say they shouldn't say. I have to remember who I'm talking to, so I can't say. You never do know who's in a room. If I was to be on your TV, then the whole house would hear me. And yes, I could say some things. So I won't. This guy named Rusty Mounsey used to work for my dad. So I worked with him every day. He didn't like it when I called him a little boy. Any old who. Can't say what he said. But the point is, people, we're all little boys and little girls inside this body of ours, no matter the age, the person inside. I picture, well, the person inside must be all ages, from the beginning until now. Because I'm bumbling over my words because there's so many. Sometimes when someone can't communicate with you, they just can't come up with the right words to say what they want to say, and then they're all worried about all kinds of different things. And then not just that, you'll be in the middle of trying to say something, you don't even get a sentence all the way made, formulated, and out of your mouth, when someone has stopped you right in the middle, taken it wrong, and took you off into who knows where, yelling at you, and there you're going, what the, what? What is wrong with you people? Why do people have to do that? And I do it too. I am guilty, and especially at a certain age, with certain things going on. And well, you don't always know what the other person is saying or thinking, but when it's your mother giving you crap, because you've already heard it before. Anyway, that just popped out. There was once upon a time when she said to me, and I was a grown-up, people. She said to me she was going to tear my head off, okay? Listen to the words literally. That's what I heard, and that hurt me really bad, first of all. But just think about the picture that it painted. ahead, give me your head and just rip it off, you know. Anyway, you got to watch out for them pictures that you paint. Some people you might think are strong, they ain't. See, that rhymes, so that's why I used it. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, so I'm waiting for this phone to charge, and I figured I would go ahead and start talking. And I also came across some really great, I don't know how great it is, really. One of the things that Dr. William Li says is good at fighting cancer, let me get away from that glare, is dark chocolate. Deep, dark chocolate. But the real stuff, okay? And I don't know what the real stuff is necessarily, but I think they were saying carob. Anyway, okay, I was with Nancy yesterday, and the traffic was so bad. We were just sitting still anyway, and I saw this grocery outlet, so we pulled over and went in. Just as well waste some time in there. They might have something. You just never know. I used to go to a place called the Canned Food Warehouse. That was in Vancouver, and so that was over 25 years ago. But oh my, you know, as long as you don't mind, you know, taking care of yourself, you've got rows and rows and rows to go through that has food from all over the United States. And some of it's dented. You know, they buy up stuff like that so they can sell it cheaper to people like a person like me. I believe in stocking up. You shouldn't really buy dented cans. And I got away from what happened. Anyway, I'm going to have a swallow. Maybe I'll remember. It's about this chocolate. My box is upstairs where I'd show it to you. But anyway, Nancy spotted it because I had told her about the dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate anyway. And it's not as sweet. The milk chocolate is way too sweet. I can't handle it. So, the point is, I found a box of those cups. And I'm not quite sure how many's in there. There might be 12. I really don't know now. But the point was, I got them for $1.99, and they were dark chocolate. You don't see that every day. I need, he said, hot chocolate, dark. And that's what this is. The second ingredient was cocoa. So I figured that's pretty good. It's second on the list. The first one was probably sugar. But you don't want sugar. So I got to read that again. One of these, because Nancy got a few of them too, but not the dark chocolate. She got the different ones. Because it had a caramel hot chocolate. So, it turns out that real cocoa fights cancer, and I can't remember what it does. You know, there's some things that we can eat that will starve the cancer. It'll wash the blood vessels away that they created. In other words, they're saying, I don't want to talk that close. I just don't know how. I'm trying the sideways deal to see if you can get the whole screen. But I'm using my phone. And I'm sitting here at the countertop waiting for my phone to charge so I can go out and walk. And it's chilly out there. I had my sweater on, but I decided, no, I think I need my coat. It's a raincoat, but it holds the heat in, I think. But then my legs are cold, and I've got knee socks on. It's the top part of my legs. Because my pants are not jeans. The ones I'm wearing, they're knit pants. I like them. It's up for that the air goes through them. So if it's really cold outside, it's going to be hard. Yeah, I want to fix my hair. All right, so this is really cool, but I was stupid as usual. I only bought one box. I wanted to research it. I should have got every box that was there because I got a feeling they don't always have it. You can't always find it. Widow's Peak, and my hair's dirty. I need to go out and take a shower, but I don't want to. I need to go out and walk. I do want to do that. I need to get stronger I'm not sure if I took my pills. I was busy putting more pills together, and I got a message from Alexa to take my pills, so I'll remember. But it's okay, hon. I didn't mean that. Alexa heard me. I hear this little talking voice in the living room saying, I didn't quite understand that. It was Alexa. Anyway, okay. So what I wanted to do, ouch, I was just going to go out for a walk, except my phone was only at like 40%, and that will not give me enough talking time. I've already experienced that. It runs out real quick. Of course, then that gives you guys quick videos, and you might like that. So anyway, I've got my cup of hot chocolate, and I can always heat it back up. You guys tell me, what about the microwave? Seems like I heard don't be heating stuff up in the microwave. And I do. I use the microwave quite a lot. So it makes you wonder, what were they talking about? Okay, so I was brainstorming upstairs, trying to figure out. I'm going to try to put it further away, but I don't know if you can hear me. If I touch that button, it'll turn you off. So you got to watch out for that. So anyway, I think we were supposed to stop at that store. I just wished I had the boxes in the cart, but then I put them back. And then the price was so dadgum good, really. It was $6 for $1 for a cup of dark chocolate. So that's what I'd be drinking. This is the first cup. You know what? I could have had another cup last night, so I can't say that. First cup of the day. How about that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I brought my pen and a large index card. And I thought if I have any thoughts, I could just stick a little thought on there so I'll remember and then talk about it. Because that's what happens. Something sparks a thought, or a thought sparks a memory. And then there you go, I'm off and running. But, sometimes I'm there and I'm going, okay, well, I don't have anything to talk about. Well, yes, I do. I just need to have the topic. Because I got a lot of opinions. And yes, I know certain people don't want to hear them. They're the ones I'm living with. Because it's the ones you're with that hear your thoughts, So I'll put them on here. And then maybe someone will be enlightened, including myself, because I do enlighten myself as I talk. I'm talking to me too. I'm definitely not a perfect individual over here, like casting judgment and telling you this and that. What I'm telling you is things that I learned from experience. My experiences will be way different than yours. But then there's a lot of people out there might have been through some similar things. Left to ponder. And here I am still, at 70 years old, going through situations that I need to ponder. God, you'd think life would get easier, but it don't. And it's not just about your aging body. It's just about life in general. There's all kinds of things going on with your head and with your heart. I took my glasses off, so I can't really see my eyes very good. They look like they're shut, and they look puffy. So maybe I'll put them on and hide them. See if I can take these shades off of my glasses. So I can't see them anyway, but at least I know they're open. They didn't look like they were open. Okay, so what are some topics that would not be so controversial? I do cause trouble. I can see it. And I started saying that, we're a culmination of all of our memories, which is our different experiences and how we felt about them. Some of them don't deserve our time or attention, especially if you don't want to think about those things. But every once in a while, a memory will pop up, and it's like, how to tell about that? But, must be careful what we say out there, especially, if we did things that, some people will relate to, and it's not necessarily a good thing to be putting out there, I guess, because there's so much controversy over drugs and the things that you do and how did you feel. And like right now, I have a picture in my head, and I will just say it without putting a person's name on it, okay? But it's my name because I did it. But I did it with a really good friend. Once upon a time, when I was young, pretty young. I had a young child, but I was way young myself, And I had a friend that was, her boyfriend was way into coke. It was around all the time, and it was the best. So, there you have it. So you build up a habit, my girlfriend, from back then. I told her one day, I feel bad. I don't know what's going to happen to you when you can't have that. When you can't have it anymore, what's going to happen? But that wasn't the memory I was thinking about when I started this little jaunt. She came up to see me one day when I was up on that 500 acres in that farmhouse. My daughter was in school. It was really, really nice. And we frolicked in the grass. I remember frolicking in the grass and just feeling very happy. But, problem is you can't have it all the time. That's the thing about a lot of things, If you get a liking to it and you do it all the time and all of a sudden you can't, that's going to be a problem. Same thing with lovers. Same thing with everything, And I also know that even when things are going great, that Mr. Satan, Mr. Lucifer, he's right in there wanting to mess things up. So even in the best of situations, you've got that little devil getting in the way. And you've got to find out how to get rid of him. I don't know if you guys know, but you can be totally freaking innocent. And you've got someone over here with displaced anger giving it to you. All mad. And getting mad at you over bullshit. Over trivial bullshit. Anyway, we'll get over that. The point is, you need to recognize that. You need to recognize where it's coming from and get away from it. If you have to remove yourself, because there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to escalate. It's going to get worse. Try to say something. Try to defend yourself and see what happens. Tornado, man. Here it is. I just dried my throat out way down here with that. Anyway, we all have emotions, and sometimes they want to explode. And so sometimes they explode on the person that it doesn't belong to, because you don't want to be mean to that person. You're worried about the repercussions of being mean to that person. So you turn around and be mean to somebody else who's innocent. Brother. I mean, I might not be totally innocent, but it was not. It was not of that much significance for the wrath. I'm just saying, you guys are all doing it. We all react. You ever heard about the whipping child? Maybe Metallica had a song about that. Well, my mother was the whipping child in her family. You people out there that are my family listening, you just don't get all mad because it's true. Aunt Joanne, who is now departed, on the other side, and my mother is departed now and on the other side, and my mother loved Aunt Joanne, but what I'm talking about is when she was a child. Mother got the whippings. Not cool. You know, Grandpa, he died at 63 of cancer. I think it was lung cancer. I was a little kid. I was in the 3rd grade. I think I was 8 years old when my grandpa died. Same year as President Kennedy got assassinated, 1963. So Grandpa was born in 1900. Well, the story about my grandpa, I don't know all the story, but you know, he was a farmer, and I think he fixed things. This is Grandpa Riggs. This is my mother's dad, okay? So what happened there was Grandpa was an old man when he married my grandma. And what had happened is he had a family and he had children, and his wife died. I don't know how long before or anything, but Grandma Riggs told me herself that she wanted to get away from home. I think she got married to Grandpa Riggs when she was 14. Grandpa Riggs probably was about twice her age. I'm not sure. She was 14. All I know is I think he had 3 children, and he was worried about how to take care of them and stuff like that. And things like that happened back then. So anyway, my mother was the firstborn of my Grandma Riggs. And I don't know how old Grandma Riggs was. You know, when she got married to him at 14, she might have had a baby by 15. But she was raising his other babies. That would be Aunt Janice, Aunt Margie, and I think Uncle David. And they're all gone, okay? But anyway, I don't know that Aunt Joanne was malicious in any way. I'm just saying that Aunt Joanne would be the one making mistakes, and Mother would get the whipping. I know, I need to get teeth in my mouth, and then my face would look better. And I need to do coconut. In fact, my sister did give me some. I need to go get that off the shelf. I'm going to do that. I want the coconut oil that does not go solid. And she's got this MCT oil, which is organic MCT oil, medium chain triglycerides. Excuse me, from organic coconuts, keto fuel. Blends with coffee and shakes, unflavored, vegan, dairy, gluten-free. It says USDA organic, non-GMO project, certified vegan. So anyway, my point is, it's liquid and it's coconut oil. Suggested uses as dietary supplement. Healthy adults begin by using 1 tablespoon daily. May consume up to 3 tablespoons per day once tolerance is reached. Excessive consumption may cause digestive discomfort. So, 1 tablespoon, and I don't know how long it takes to move up to it. But what they were telling you, if I don't find it on here, is that this is fractionated coconut oil, okay? Fractionated coconut oil has got the high fatty acid, or the whatever they called that, the triglycerides. Let's get to the front where it said it. Medium chain triglycerides is what's in here. They took out the one that's not medium. But see, this right here is what I'm talking about putting on my head. Because I was trying to use the solid. And so what happens is you got to melt it first and then you put it on here. And then, you know, I think your temperature of your head, as long as it's down in there, is going to melt it because you're at 98.6. I'm at 97.6. Medium chain triglycerides. Typically fatty acid composition. Too much for my little brain. Organic MCT oil from non-GMO verified organic coconuts. Contains tree nuts, coconut. Usage warning. I don't know what SR means. Organic MCT oil will react with certain plastics, including foam cups, and should only be used with utensils and containers made of metal, glass, ceramic, or safe HDPE PET plastics. Keep out of reach of children. Consult with a qualified healthcare professional prior to using this product, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, or have have diagnosed medical conditions. Well, there's me. Or are taking prescription medications. There's world. Do not exceed recommended daily intake. Do not use if seal is missing. Suggestive use as a dietary supplement. 1 tablespoon. May consume up to 3 once tolerance is reached. So I wonder what that tolerance is. It's separated. It is oil, and so also consuming oil, you can get fat. But they are saying, in some of these videos I've been watching in the last few days, they're talking about an astronomical amount of oil that we are consuming that we don't even know it. You know, almost a freaking cup. Say 3/4 of a cup of oil, and that's on the light side that you are consuming, whether it be in deep fat fried foods, fried foods, or salads where you put oil in for dressing. I don't know all the different ways, but there was a lot of different ones. But oil is in everything too, just like sugar. If you make bread, there's oil in it, and there's I don't know about sugar, but the bread turns to sugar. Carbohydrates. So I really don't know. All I know is now I've got the liquid. Substitute traditional cooking oils with the flavorless taste of SR organic. So I don't know what SR means. MCT oil, low heat only. So you don't want to cook it on high heat, but you can put it in your coffee. 1 scoop collagen peptides and 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter. They're talking about organic MCT oil, 1 scoop. Collagen peptides. Okay, so they're doing, this is coffee. Okay, blend 1 tablespoon of SR organic MCT oil with 1 scoop of collagen peptides and 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter. That's for coffee. On the shakes, it says upgrade your smoothies and protein shakes by adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of organic MCT oil. Now, see, one of the things that I did here, and then there's been a little time, so maybe I didn't. What was it? Dr. Barbara O'Neill, okay, you people, listen to her. But it's kind of like diets, okay? She's talking about fat-free diets. You don't want a fat-free diet. You need fat. Your brain needs fat. I mean, also, it's you need the right kind of fat. But it's like your metabolism. I'm going to say your metabolism. I'm probably saying it all wrong, so you have to go and listen to her, okay? But it's like this stuff here, the body will use that for energy instead of going to the glucose. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it has to do with burning the right things. The body will burn fat instead of getting the sugar. There's a reason for that, and it has to do with losing weight. So think about it. Find Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and it will be in the last 3 days of videos that she's done. Because I looked at a video that hadn't been on there very long, not even a day. She has a lot of people following her and listening to her. She's really good. Because she got the brains, man. It does. It takes the brains and the knowledge to put it out there. You got to know what you're talking about. Well, I'm sitting here repeating stuff I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just know that she's good. So you find Dr. Barbara O'Neill. And Dr. William Li, I have not listened to much of his stuff lately, but he is talking about the right foods to eat, the right drinks to drink. And that's what I think maybe we should do, is just try to find the right stuff. Find out what a list of the right stuff is, and then make a list of that stuff that you like, and that's what you deal with. Don't use any of this other stuff anymore. Okay, so no oils. No oils besides coconut oil and olive oil. All those oils that are in plastic containers that we buy at the store, they're saying are not good for you, okay? So if you're going to consume oil, you want to make it the coconut oil or the olive oil. And you want to get organic. And they're saying that organic's better for you, more reasons than one. I thought it was the pesticides and fertilizers and all that. Well, it is kind of, sort of. And it might be that too. But the other part is that the nutrients that you want to get out of the plant, they're stronger when the plant has to fight off disease and insects. It has its own mechanism where it produces stuff to fight off the bugs. They were saying if bugs are eating on it, that's good. The plant, because then the plant is going to secrete something. Maybe it's going to manufacture something that's in the plant that is good for us. It's stronger. Does that make any sense? It does. It makes a little bit of sense. Okay, so I haven't got anything written down on my notes. But if I have something pop up, I'll have something to write on. I never know. All I know is it is getting colder. And so my chances of going to Colorado are getting slim. And it's time that I'm supposed to be going to Pennsylvania. My daughter and my grandkids are there. And Kevin, one of my grandkids, is in the Army, so he's not there. But he left his room where I can take it to use for a little while. I don't know what's going to happen with anything. You see, in my head, I'm not dying. I'm not planning on dying. I'm not dying. But in reality, maybe I am. But we all are. Not to burst anybody's bubble, but we're all dying every day. Meaning we're a day closer. Even if it's a short life or a long life. I don't know what the perfect time is on earth, but you need to go through your lessons and you need to do certain things. You got to find your right person. And I just don't think, I'm qualified to do that. I like what I heard earlier. I listened to tarot readings, okay, and I'm not really quite sure about what they are, so for that, supposed to be spirit guides working through the cards. This is just a little curious, but the woman had real good advice to all the people out there. In other words, love yourself. Find a way to love yourself and forget about anybody else, and then the right thing will happen. I don't think she said that part, okay, but she was really talking about self-love, doing things instead of waiting. Go ahead and go do them. Live your life. And that's what I've got to do. I gotta figure out good things and go do that. I still don't have my car, but it's coming. And I figure I haven't really been concerned about hurrying up and getting it, but I am now because winter's coming. I don't drive in the snow. I have driven in the snow. And I know what I was doing. I mean, I know how to drive in the snow. And one night I was driving for Pizza Hut, so I borrowed my mom and dad's little, I don't even know what it's called, a tracker. So I think it was 4-wheel drive, I don't know. It was a little Jeep-like thing. It was supposed to be getting the snow. Well, anyway, I'm driving down the road, and the next freaking thing you know, I have made a U-E, and I'm up against the curb on the other side of the road. And I didn't do anything. I didn't turn the wheel real fast. I didn't slam on the brake. I didn't do any of that stuff. It just happened. You know? Thank God. Nobody was in the way. Because I would have ran right over them. Or right smack into them, you know? I had no control. So no. I don't like driving in the snow. Another time I was sitting on the road, and it was a huge Riviera. And it was way back when. So I've got this picture in my mind of a 69 Buick. Is that a Buick Riviera? Anyway, I hate that. That car was huge, okay? And I'm sitting on the road, and all of a sudden my car is just sliding off the freaking road because it was sitting on ice and sitting still because of a traffic light. You know, it was Christmas time. We were doing Christmas shopping. I was doing Christmas shopping because I was the one driving. I was married, but you know, I could have been like 18 or 19 years old. Very young. Very young. So far away. Okay. So, I don't know. I think my battery should be charged. My hot chocolate is cold. I don't want anything to happen to it. I was going to say, but I'll come back and I'll heat it up because I do need to go for a walk. I really need to get my muscles back together. Yes, my muscles. I did see that I walked, excuse me, I walked 2 miles yesterday, so that's good. I haven't been doing that much. I've been doing a mile. I've been doing a mile and a half, or mile 0.4, 0.7. The day that I went to town and walked, I did 3 miles. That wasn't really good because I had a hard time. I mean, it was good that I pushed myself, but I had a hard time getting home. I had to find a bench to sit on and rest. So my back is not that strong. My legs are not that strong. I think the more I do it, the better it'll be. But it is the promise to me. I went to the gym that one day with my sister, but it didn't take me long to get all tuckered out. So I don't know. But I do know that I have now got, it should say if it's refined, but it is, okay? Because that's how they got that one chain out. There's 3 chains. They got the high one out. Typically fatty acid composition. Well, it doesn't mean a thing to me. I read all that to you guys. Absorbed and converted into ketone bodies, which are used as fuel for the body. It's composed of both fatty acids and can easily be added to any food or drink without altering taste. Medium chain triglycerides are quickly digested, absorbed, and converted into ketone bodies. That's what they're talking about. Packed with energy-dense fatty acids. See, I'm reading backwards is what I'm doing. I went past a bunch and I decided, oh, well, I need to read up about organic MCT oil is derived exclusively from organic coconuts without the use of chemicals or hexane. Packed with energy-dense fatty acids, medium-chain triglycerides are quickly digested, absorbed, and converted into ketone bodies, which are used as fuel for the body. Organic MCT oil is composed of. Anyway, switch out what oil you're using and start using coconut oil or olive oil, like in your dressings for your salad. And don't cook with this on the frying pan because it's for low heat, and I don't know that frying pans are low heat. Just make sure you're using low heat because it changes it. It does something weird to it. And I don't know what that means about the low heat. But I do know that this has been sitting on the on the shelf and it's liquid. So the next thing is I just need to find a syringe because I'm gonna get me some of that in the syringe and then I'm gonna put it all over my head. But that way it's liquid and it will get everywhere. I had a real hard time with the solid. I was melting it in my hand, but you know, it was hard to put on. It didn't really do its job. So Dr. William Li said there was a study. I mean, that's the reason he's recommending it. There was a study, and I don't remember what it did, but it was a 30-day study of people having dark chocolate in the morning and dark chocolate at night. And see, I also bought a dark chocolate candy bar. But he did say you want to look for the ingredient carob or something like that. Whatever cocoa comes from, the real deal. Is it a carob bean? I don't know. But the dark chocolate. is what helped. Whether it be the fighting off of the cancer or killing the cancer, or, you know, what they're doing to me right now is they're trying to do a hormone blocker. They're trying to be able to keep the hormones away from where the cancer is, so the cancer will die. I hope it works. I don't want to do that other pill. I do have to remember that I am in charge, not them. But I see, but I don't use a lot of oil, and I don't eat chips, and I don't do a lot of things. But if you do, you know, if you use oil and vinegar, change the oil. This is non-flavored, so it's not gonna change the flavor of what you want to eat. And then if your heat is low in the frying pan, but I just can't imagine that. It seems like it would be high. Medium chain triglycerides. Keto fuel. So yeah, I was right. I just don't understand the dynamics of the fuel being oil being good. I think it slows down the spiking of the sugar. Might be. Anyway, I think, I don't know how, okay, it's been 45 minutes, so my phone should be charged. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop the video, and then I'll start back up when I go for the walk. I need to go potty and do a couple things, and then I'll be back, okay? All right.